This place is awesome. You guys do it right here in Soddy Daisy, folks. Let me tell you that right now. Gary Michael Rose was an Army medic in Vietnam. September 1970, he's in a 4-day battle in Laos. Day 2 of that battle, he gets hit by an RPG, rocket-propelled grenade. One side of his body is all torn to pieces. He's got a hole in his foot. His hand is mangled. He goes and finds a stick, and he uses that stick as a crutch for 2 more days as the battle continues. They think the fighting is over. So the helicopters come in to rescue those guys. First one lands, takes a bunch of guys out. Second one lands, takes a bunch of guys out. Third one lands. Gary Michael Rose is the last group there, right? They all get on the helicopter, start to take off. The helicopter gets shot down. He falls out of the helicopter before the helicopter crashes. He's lying on the ground, and he sees the helicopter, and somehow it doesn't hit him. He gets up and continues to treat people. Nobody knew that story for 30 some odd years. It was classified mission. Nobody talked about it. Didn't know. He went and started working in the auto industry in Oklahoma. Nobody knew this guy's name. 47 years. 47 years. Longer than I've been alive. 47 years later, he receives the Medal of Honor. The Medal of Honor, if you're in the military, there's no higher honor. That's the best it gets, right? And that's what he got for this. 4 days ago, I sat across from him, and he told me part of that story. And I asked him, when you talk to young people, what do you tell them? And he told me some version of this. And then I saw him tell this speech to a bunch of students at Baylor on Friday. And it goes something like this. So, everyone in the bleachers, imagine this. Imagine this. It is June 6th, 1944, and you're there. And you got a rifle strapped to your back. And you got ammunition. And you got enough food for maybe a day. And you got water. And that's about all you got. And you're climbing down a rope ladder, and you're getting onto a small boat called a Higgins boat. And they're going to jam you in there with about 35 other people. And now you're heading toward the beaches of Normandy, France on D-Day. And you had a big steak dinner the night before. And it's been storming. So the water is rough, the water is rocky. You got people getting sick to your left and your right. And you're going to face a German army that's already been fighting for 6 years. Combat tested, battle hardened, and you're going in there. In the last 6 years, you've been in school, you've been on a farm, you've been in a factory. Most of you have never seen combat. In this scenario, percentage-wise, about 2 rows aren't going to make it through the day. Another 4 rows are going to get wounded. The rest of you, 75 years later, you're still going to be on that beach. Because when I talk to combat veterans all the time, we tell stories about veterans at News Channel 9. That's what I do. And what I hear over and over again, and I talked to Chris Linville. Where's Chris? Chris is over there. About this earlier. And I asked him, I said, how often do you think about the war? And he said, well, for years I didn't. But now that I get older and I'm around other Vietnam veterans, I think about it all the time. I hear veterans tell me I think about it every day. I go to sleep at night and it's in my dreams. You never forget it. It lives with you forever if you make it home. And I tell this story for a couple of reasons. Number one, it's powerful. It really kind of puts a finer point on what that was all about in some ways, in a very small way. And if anybody go on YouTube? Anybody? Yeah, look up Gary Michael Rose. He tells the story way better than I do. So check that out if you get a chance. He also makes a point too, right? All those men who came home after that, they built your schools, they built your roads, they built your sewer systems, they built your electric grids. They were mayors of cities, and they were congressmen and senators and presidents. But I also tell the story for this reason. When I came here today from Chattanooga, I got on 27, right? And I get off the exit here, and I get to Dayton Pike, and I take a right to get here, right? If I go left, what do I run into? Walmart, right? In the Walmart back there? There's a road back there by the Walmart. And there's a man there named Russell Pickett. Miss Jane Reynolds told part of his story earlier. 75 years ago, he was on one of those boats. I'm sitting across from a man who has received the highest honor that the military gives out. And he's telling me about a man who lives about a mile from here. Russell Pickett's story is amazing. 116th Regiment, 29th Division, Company A. If you Google Company A and you look at Company A D-Day, you're going to learn some stark realities about Company A. Russell Pickett was in Company A. The whole thing about the 2 rows that didn't survive the day, most of those guys, there were 200 of them, most of them died within minutes. They were the first ones on the beach within minutes. Company A, 96% of Company A, 96% of those 200 guys, so whatever the math teacher says that is, 190 some odd people, 96% of them were either killed or wounded. In the first 45 minutes of the battle, Mr. Pickett was wounded, went back in the battle, fought some more, got wounded again, went back, got patched up, went back into the war, got wounded again. He's eventually sent home to Soddy Daisy, Tennessee, and he lives here, and he's been here the last 75 years, right here in our community. And the whole point of that, I'm going to leave you with this. If you know a veteran, there are veterans all around you. So many of these folks live right here with you in this town. If you know one, yes, thank them for their service. Tell them how much you appreciate them. But take some time to ask them about what they went through. I'm sure they'd love to tell you their story. And I guarantee you this, you'd be shocked by what you would learn. Thank you so much for letting me be here today. You guys do it right in Soddy Daisy. Everywhere I go, I talk about this event. Because it's one of the best I've ever seen. You guys do it right here on Veterans Day. Hope you had a great Veterans Day. Thanks so much.